Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Keenum's Vikings going up against Roethlisberger's Steelers.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Here's Kai Forbath now to get us started. And with towels waving, we're underway from Heinz Field. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's got some space here. Bell sheds him off. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back. But now, I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
At the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. And they went for a big play through the air on second down, couldn't connect. Now it's third.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Check me out. We got 3 now, but we got to stand up over there. No spacing.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They're going on fourth down. It's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown. Complete. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
I know everyone wants that prototypical wide receiver, you know, the 6'3", 200-plus pound guy, like a Julio Jones, and A.J. Green, and Dez Bryant. Antonio Brown just shatters that, doesn't he? Smaller in stature, but still able to use his quickness, his elusiveness, and his strength to create big plays.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Strong right. You got 3 down.
On second down, it's Bell. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. So that one will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards, makes it 3rd and 7 now.
Ready? 180. Flash your turn. Heat these 2. Alert. Shut down.
They'll go again with Bell. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Easy.
Second and goal to go now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
From the 5-yard line, with this opening drive yield 6. This is 3rd and goal. Time running out here on the play clock. They snap it at 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Anthony Barr able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Throwing on first down is Keenum. Open here, Adam Thielen. There he goes right side. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. Now they send the tight end in motion left. Now a run with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Forbath out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Fights off the defender. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Scrambling, not particularly a Roethlisberger strong suit, but he does get the job done there and gets a first.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
He's going to fire one deep, middle, and that's caught inside the 35. And give him a gain of 37. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Watch tight end. No. Like 20. Alert, alert. Hey, watch this.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete.
These guys had to settle for a field goal their last time moving the ball down the field. They may have to do it again on this drive. That could be frustrating.
Yeah, I don't want to be cliche, but at least they were able to get 3 last time. 3 here, not the worst thing in the world. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down.
Tie it right. Here we go. 3 down.
Slot man moves
Go.
right.
Check.
They'll go for it with Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Vikings coming out here again to take over on offense. And this is a crew, obviously, that was so close, Charles, to becoming the first ever team to play a Super Bowl in their own stadium. So disappointment in that last game against Philly. But overall, I think they've got to be pretty pleased with the season.
They have to be, because they put it all together. Won the NFC North. How about that win over the Saints in the divisional round? I mean, I don't know that they'll ever top that in terms of getting something done late in the game, especially with what was on the line. They do get Dalvin Cook back at running back next year. I think they'd still like to have a little more speed at wide receiver. But all in all, this team comes back pretty well intact and will be a force for a while.
Yeah, that defense is pretty set.
Very much so. I mean, they try and move the ball against their front and then try and throw it against Xavier Rhodes. Good luck to you.
Keenum now to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Call it a gain of 5. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. From the gun, here's Keenum. And Rudolph has it left side. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
All right, here we go. Detroit! No, Jack, Patriot!
They are going for it. Keenum. Flushed out right. Going deep for Diggs. He's got a man. Complete. And all the way down to the 29. An incredible play there on fourth down. 41 yards.
Play it. Over. All right, here we go.
Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. First down, here's the run with Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
Keenum now to throw. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Cameron Hayward coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12.
Gun! Detroit! Four down. Watch it now. Over. No. Check. Patriot!
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now it's Keenum eluding the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On 3rd and long, it's Keenum. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will knot us up at 10. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Again, it's Bell. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Roethlisberger. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pickup there at 22. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. A screen to Bell. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Here we go. Mike. Black 20. Where's Mike? Hurry up, let's go.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back to the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. How about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP. 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
Leopard! Over! Let's go!
Back to the ground. This time Cook. And an alley to run. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 99 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
This will be taken in at the 1. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season. And what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
He went back to Kurt Warner, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second down following the run.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Middle. Go bounce.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
No, they should have already said, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. But before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Stephon Tuitt in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Back to throw, Keenum. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger taking it in. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And his kick is right through. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Here we go now. Clean. Leopard.
On 1st and 10, Keenum. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Keenum. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. Keenum now on 1st down. He's going to go for a big play down. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jarius Wright, 32 yards. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump off. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Everson Griffin in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Go, 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 go. Easy, easy.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Check. Fresno. Hurry up, let's go. 6 guy. Check 6 guys.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete.
Hot.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it.
Single, slop. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Hey, switch. Alert. Sponge. No.
They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Here's Keenum, escaping the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Stephon Tuitt in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Keenum to throw on second down. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs.